Alright, it is FrOzenSwipe here, and I am doing a video commentary. Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting that. So I told you I'd do something different for this Q&A, and seeing as, I was planning to maybe do a vlog or something like that, but, I decided I'd, do something slightly different, because a lot of people do vlogs, so I decided, I'd give a go at doing a video commentary, which is something not too many people do, so, at least it's somewhat original in that sense. And yeah, the gameplay that you're going to be watching is a game of Domination on Dome, and I'm using the P90 with non-lethal kill streak. I managed to rack up a fair amount of kills, and seeing as I'm running non-lethal kill streaks, all the kills are going to be with my gun. I do manage to pick up a fair few deaths, so it's not the best kill-death ratio, game in the world, but I figure it's quite entertaining. But it was quite a long gameplay, so I decided I'd speed up 1 or 2 bits so that it doesn't get too stale or anything like that, or that I run out of things to say, because obviously that would be kind of awkward and be just me kind of mumbling into a mic. It's kind of similar to what I do through the whole thing, but it'd be a lot worse and a lot more noticeable. So this is my face. I do realize that I've just shattered any mental image you may have had of me before this, and I do realize that you're now trying to comprehend how this voice is coming out of this face, because it is not what you imagined. And this kind of thing happens all the time. I'm guilty of it myself. Whenever you listen to a commentator for a while, or you listen to maybe a radio presenter, when you can only hear someone's voice, you start to kind of build up a mental image of what you think they should look like in your head. And it's kind of like when you read a book and the words are there, there's no actual image itself, but you start to build up an image of what you think, how you feel all the different settings look like and what the different characters look like based on the descriptions. But then when you go see a movie, the fact that it's all laid out there, you're just kind of like, no, that's not how I imagined it at all. And that's kind of the same thing. But it's funny the way you do that, because at least with a book you get descriptions and things, kind of guidelines to go by. But when you're doing that with someone's voice, it's weird, because someone's voice doesn't actually, influence how they look at all. Your voice doesn't determine what facial features you have, or what color your hair is, your hairstyle, or how tall are you, or how big you are, or anything like that. So it really is ridiculous to kind of come up with these generalizations based on someone's voice. It really is weird, but I think I've kind of rambled on about that, maybe just a little bit too long. Hopefully now you've adjusted to the fact that this is what I look like, and that what you thought I looked like is completely wrong. I do realize it's probably not a big deal for a lot of you subscribers who actually know me in real life and see me all the time, but bear in mind, for other people, this is mind-blowing stuff here. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe you actually got it right, and I'll actually look somewhat similar to what you expected me to look like. But how the hell am I meant to know? This is the first time you've seen me, to the best of my knowledge, unless you're stalking me. I've seen that bush outside move a couple of times. Kind of concerned about that. But anyway, I didn't get too many questions, so I figure I might as well just lay out some basic information about me. I'm 16, as you could probably tell. I don't think I look particularly old for my age, or particularly young. I don't know. You can decide for yourself. I really don't know. I'm from Ireland, as you could probably tell from my accent. If you couldn't, then I do realize that my accent has given some people some problems. Like, it's been confusing for some people. Couldn't quite place where I was from. But I'm from Ireland. Trust me, take my word for it. Just because I don't sound like a leprechaun doesn't mean I'm not from Ireland. I'm from Dublin, to be more specific. Though I think one of you may have already figured that out, so I'm not sure. Really am concerned about that bush. But anyway, yeah, I'm in transition year at the moment. I really am enjoying transition year. There's only one thing I dislike about transition year, and it's the fact that it does eventually have to come to an end, which really is a shame, because I've had a lot of fun during transition year. It was definitely been something different, and it's been a great experience. And for those of you who go to school in Ireland, if you have the option to do transition year, I definitely recommend you take it. So yeah. The only thing that is going to suck about it is the fact that there's not too much left. There's only like a couple of weeks or so left before we get off for summer. Now, I'm not complaining. It's not that I don't like getting off school for 3 months. We get like 3 months off here in Ireland, just so you know. But the problem is that shit, something's just popped up. Let me just click that away. The problem is that they really do bust your ass in 5th year. You do so much work, and the fact that I've pretty much done jack shit. for the last year or so. I mean, the first few weeks of fifth year are going to be rough, to say the least. So, yeah, not looking forward to that. But I suppose I might as well make the best of what's left of transition year anyway. And I think I've kind of rambled on about this a bit too much. And if you're wondering why my headset is around my neck, the reason for that being is that if I put it on my head like this now, sorry about this if the audio kind of screws up, but yeah, as you can quite clearly see, I look like Mickey Mouse. That is not exactly a desirable look, so I'm just going to leave it around my neck, which obviously looks a lot better. Turtle Beaches, great headsets, not the best fashion accessories, I have to say. But this is actually the headset I use in game for like sound touring and things like that. You know, we use a headset for, and it's also the headset. It's also the microphone that I use to do commentaries. Now, I was planning to maybe use the internal microphone that comes with the laptop, but I tested it out. That thing is a load of shite. It literally sounds like I'm in the next room over, like drowning underwater. It really is horrible. So, might as well use the mic that I generally tend to use. There's no reason why I can't. Except that I have to wear this headset around my neck. So, yeah, that's why. And I'll just give you a quick rundown of what I use. These are Turtle Beach X11s. I did ask Santa for the the PX21s, but for some reason I ended up getting the X11s instead. But they're still good. They're for what I use them for. So I mean, no, I can't really complain too much. I use a Dazzle, I should say, not Dabble, Dazzle DVC 100. It's a standard definition gaming card. You can pick it up for around €60 or so. Don't really recommend that you get it though, because I mean, standard definition is pretty much a long way of saying that it looks like crap. Especially compared to these HD capture cards. So I do want to save up for a HD capture card. I really do want to get one of them. The problem is they cost a lot of money, so getting that money is going to be the issue there. I also play in a HD TV with a standard definition capture card. So now I'll just give you a brief description of basically how this setup works. What I do is, when I play Call of Duty or something like that, I play in HD because the graphics look so much better when you run it through a HDMI cable. And when I get a decent game, I let the theater mode pick it up, and then I switch it into standard definition when, later or so, when I want to go back and record it, and then I record it in standard definition, and I can play in high definition. So it works like that for Call of Duty. It's also the reason why I don't play Battlefield. It's actually one of the more common questions I get, so I suppose I'll be addressing this. But if I want to go out and capture footage for Battlefield, there's no theater mode or anything. There's no way I can record it after I play it. So if I want to capture gameplay for Battlefield or any other game, I have to play it in standard definition. And standard definition on a high definition TV looks like shite. So I mean, it's just a lot. It's that and the fact that I'm actually not that good at Battlefield, whereas I'd like to think I'm fairly decent at Call of Duty. So it's a lot easier for me to get gameplay for Call of Duty, and that's pretty much the sum of that. And just in case you're wondering, the programs that I use Audacity to record my voice, and I use Sony Vegas Pro 10 to edit my videos. So yeah, that's pretty much that there. And I might as well give you the laptop specs that I have here. My laptop here is a HP Pavilion G6. It's got an i3 processor, 4GB RAM, 750GB hard drive, and has an Intel HD graphics card. Not the best specs in the world. It's by no means astronomical or anything like that. But it's good for what I use it for, which is making videos. And I mean, it works. So I mean, I can't really complain. And the main question that you guys actually asked, I only got asked two questions that are all pretty much the same, but it's pretty much why I got into YouTube and why I started making videos. And I don't really know why. I mean, there's no kind of clean-cut answer. A lot of people have like a really definitive reason as to why. I just kind of watched other commentators do this, and I figured, you know what, this looks like fun. I might as well give it a go, just see how I get along. And I mean, don't get me wrong, when I first started out, I didn't start out making commentaries. I started off making really shitty Modern Warfare 2 montages, which I gotta admit, they were atrocious. And it wasn't until halfway through Black Ops that I actually started to get halfway decent at the game, and I actually was able to get a couple of decent games, that could be shown on YouTube. And so about halfway through Black Ops, I made my first gameplay commentary, and that was fairly shit. I'm gonna be honest, but I kind of persisted with it until people started hearing that I made these, and I, I stopped making videos, and then I pretty much abandoned my old channel, which is pretty much what I did. And then after all my exams and stuff had finished, I started up this channel, FrOzenSwipe, and I started posting videos here, and I've pretty much been posting videos, since then. So I mean, I've grown quite a bit in the last. Well, how long has it been now? It's been coming up to a year at this stage actually. I started making videos in about June time. So I mean, I've come a good way. 60 subscribers. Obviously, that's great. Yeah, and I hope to keep doing these. I hope to keep making them because I have fun making them. And as long as you guys still enjoy watching them, then I'm gonna keep making them. So there was one other interesting, unique comment, and that was holy potato. I do realize that this is not actually a question, but a series of Google searches actually found that there is sort of a pseudo religion known as potatoism. By that I mean it's kind of a parody religion. It's kind of like if you've ever heard the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. It's like that. It's designed mostly just to rip the piss out of religion in general. So yeah, there's that. Potatoism. They worship a holy potato or something along those lines. There's more detail to it. I could probably link you to an article or something if you want to learn more about potatoism. It would mean a lot to me if you left a like or if you left a comment or something like that. Yeah, this has been FrOzenSwipe. I hope you've enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching.